What's going on, people? I'm back again with another podcast. I hope everyone's fit and well. And yes, we've got to talk about it. Yesterday's performance that ended Leeds 3, Forest 1. Frustrating. Like I said, people, get involved with the conversation. Make my shout out to my sponsor, to Alan's Haulage Far and Wide. If you want to know more about them, the link is in the description. Right, so yeah, people get involved. I've got the panel in here. Lee he turned up late, so he doesn't know what we are talking about. Let's do my shout outs as well, like to everyone who's been. We watched my vlog. I think it's over 5k views. So whoever's watched my vlog, my shout out to them as well. Let's get the panel in. Let's start with Dylan. How are you, Dylan?
Depressed.
Oh, thanks. That's what I need a Saturday night. That's what I need Saturday night. Thanks, Dylan.
That's all right. That's what you brought me on for.
No, not. I don't want you depressed, but
no, I'm not literally depressed.
You're football depressed. You're football depressed.
Yeah, football depressed.
Football depressed. So my shout out to Dylan, people. Next up, we've got Simon from the Tricky Talks podcast. How are you, Simon?
Yeah, very well. Thank you, Ben. Thanks again for having me on. I really appreciate it and looking forward to discussing some Forest chat tonight.
Yeah, so like I said, people, Simon does the Tricky Talks podcast with Mollo, Kate, and Chelsea. If you can, people, make sure everyone follows Simon. If it's Chelsea, Kate, or Mollo, make sure you can put the link in the description if you can, or if you can, Simon, put the link in the description so people can follow it as well. Next up, we've got the man himself, Lee. How are you, Lee?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Well, been better. I've been better and all that, but like I said, people, we've got to talk about yesterday. Like I said, end of Leeds 3, Forest 1. People get involved on what we're discussing. If you agree or disagree, I'm not happy with a few things. I'll get my chat about it later on. Who wants to start? About yesterday?
Oh, I'll start if you like, Ben. I don't
Come on,
mind.
Simon. So people get involved, and like I said, let's start. Simon, the floor is yours.
Yeah, very disappointing last night. But if I'm honest, the writing was on the wall before the game started, because when you're losing 50% of your back four and two key members of the back four, I think it's going to be very difficult. I think we're certainly looking as though we are totally reliant on Murillo. If Murillo's not there, then it's a massive issue for me. And you throw in Nico Williams being suspended to the mix as well, then essentially you've got 50% of our defence who are out and 50% are in, and you're going to be starting to think about the depth pieces, and quite clearly the depth pieces are not yet good enough, and there were massive holes in that back four for me. And you could see it right from the off. They targeted Zach Abbott on that right-hand side right from the very first whistle. So Leeds got their plan spot on. They wanted it more, I think, and they got their rewards in the end.
Dylan, what was your thoughts?
Can I swear?
Well, I think I could beat you up.
No. Awful. What did I say to you before the game?
Right, Dylan was negative, people. He said,
Wait. I said we're gonna have a drumming, and you was like, oh, here we go, and then I predicted 3-0, and everyone was like, oh, I knew it. You knew it was going to happen. You knew, and as soon as that team sheet come out, for me, I'm sorry, but yes, you've lost Murillo, yes, you've lost Williams, but you've just bought a left back in. Do you know what I mean? Stick him at left back. So what? He's only been here a day and a half, and what? He's played 100 games in the Bundesliga, played 90 minutes, if I'm right. Played 90 minutes the week before for his previous club. He's not stupid. Do you know what I mean? You put a round peg in a round hole, not a square peg in a round hole. Do you know what I mean? And then what you do is you move Aina to the right side, him to the left side, and then you've got Milenkovic and Morato in the middle. So I don't see why he did that. Playing Dominguez, why would you play him out of position where he was?
Let me argue about Dominguez. So the last 4 games prior to this Leeds game, he's played right wing, yeah?
Right.
Has he failed?
Well, obviously he did. Well, he did last night.
No, before the Leeds game.
Yeah, but why would you in this high intensity game? I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? I just don't get why you play him out. Why you don't put Hutchins in? Someone in that natural position. Do you know what I mean? There's something to me not right. Why does he want to play players out of position? You've got the players to play in them positions, regardless if he come in the day before. Do you know what I mean? Why buy him? And just things like that. And I think, me personally, I think he sold Abbott down the river, to tell you the truth, because they absolutely mullered him. And you saw that in the first 10 minutes? First 5 minutes, we touched the ball 3 times, and that was only to give a corner away. So
understandable. I'll respond to that. I'll respond to that later on. Do you want to say something, Simon?
Yeah, I was going to say in response to Abbott playing and Nets not playing, Dyche came out afterwards and said Nets had only been with the team a couple of days and doesn't yet know really how they play. And I think back to when Savona played against Arsenal at the Emirates, he'd been thrown in a similar situation. He'd not been with the team for very long. They threw him in at the deep end when he came on as a sub, an early sub from Morato, I think, at Arsenal, and he got exposed. So my thoughts were that maybe they were afraid of that happening again with another new signing in Nets. That's the only reason I can think about him not playing, really, and that together with the fact that he'd only been in the team a couple of days.
But the way we're saying that is, you play a left back in a left back position. He trains for that position. He plays in that position. I've got nothing against Abbott because he's a young lad, but he's a centre back. Do you know what I mean? He's a young lad. He's not been round the block yet. He's not had the chance to turn around and go, 24, 25 and go, oh, yeah, but he's played at left back and he's played at right back a few times. He hasn't. Do you know what I mean?
Before I get Liam, my argument, and I've been on a ranting page on my social media about it. When is it the right time to play Abbott? Because it's okay saying he's not right back.
No,
he's centre back. But when is the right time to play him?
I'd send him out on loan.
But he's not on loan.
No, exactly.
If he's in the Forest team, all we can do is play him on the bench, put him on the bench, put him on the bench, put him on the bench. So if we are going to,
but don't play him out of position. Don't play him out of position.
I said my podcast first day night. People knew it. Play Abbott right back, and it was right to put him right back. But yes, I felt sorry for him because he wasn't getting the protection from Dominguez as much. That's why I think Dominguez was played right wing.
But Dominguez isn't a defensive player; he's an attacking player.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? I get where you're coming from. Do you know what I mean? But
more defensively minded though than Hutchinson, for example, isn't he, Dominguez?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Did he protect him? But did he protect him? He didn't.
He didn't. No. But you know what it is? What was frustrating me when you watch it, look how many times did you see Abbott running the ball, trying to cross the ball? It's frustrating. Like, why is he doing it? Why is Dominguez not doing it? It really got me upset.
Do you know what? If you're gonna put someone in that position to protect Abbott, and I'm gonna chuck this out on a limb, I would have put Yates there because Yates is more defensive minded, and he would have protected him.
Well, we can't put Yates right wing.
Why can't you?
No, you can't put
Why?
him.
But you can put Dominguez.
Because people tell what's your opinion on Abbott? Zach Abbott?
No, don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I am not here bagging Abbott because I think he is an up and coming player. Do you know what I mean?
That's the point, dude. That's what I'm talking about. But when is the right time to start him? Because how long has he been at Forest? How long has he been in that squad?
I think he's been in it.
2 years, 2 seasons. 2 seasons at Forest.
But why is he not gone out to a championship side for a year or two to get his experience?
I don't know.
I think they rate him too highly. I think they rate, well, let's say too high. Because he's getting in England is it England under 19s or under 21s very regularly, so he's clearly highly rated.
Can you remember? He was training with the English.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And that's my point.
That's training.
I know it is, Dylan, but if a player like that gets ahead of other players playing the England first team, Forest must rate him high. But yesterday, I said, you've got to throw him in somehow.
Not only that, but I think sometimes, I think he will go on loan long term, but he will also learn a lot from being at Forest every day, training with the likes of Milenkovic, Murillo, Yates, all those players. He'll be following them all around the training ground, only watching how they operate, watching how they operate at training, watching how they operate in the dressing room at games, and then maybe next season he'll go out on loan, and then that'll be the next stage of his development. We'll be playing week in, week out.
I don't think he should go out on loan.
He's still only 19 at the end of the day. Very young for a centre back.
If he doesn't go out on loan, he's going to. Last night, I'm sorry, but last night, Dyche sold him down the river. He did, because you put a 19-year-old lad in a sticky situation into an environment that he didn't need to be in. Do you know what I mean? Because you could have, like I've just said, you could put nets there, Aina there. Do you know what I mean? Has his?
Could have even? Could we could potentially have even gone 3 at the back, and then had wing backs. That would have been something else we could have done. I know we haven't done it before, and it's not his preferred system. But when your hand is forced, that's an option that we could have done. I don't think that would have been a disaster.
In an ideal world, guys, Zach Abbott won't play again this season, because that means you've got your first choice back 4 playing week in, week out with no injuries and no suspensions. And as I said earlier, let's face it, we need them. We need that first choice back 4. So in an ideal situation, I know it's unlikely, but Zach Abbott won't play another minute this season. Maybe a cameo as a sub or something. But you've got to have that first choice back 4 playing every game now.
Can I just respond to something in the chat? Like, Dore's only saying it because he's a academy lad. If he signed him, he wouldn't have thrown him. No, what I'm trying to say, right? And I said, no, I'm not. People in the chat, people have their own opinions, but I'm not trying to disrespect you at all. What I'm trying to say, right? If Forest rated him so high, and I understand he's not going to play centre back because we've got Murillo, Milenkovic. We'll talk about Morato later on. Jacques Cunha. Bolly's seen he won't play. I think again, hindsight, I thought before the game, it was time for him to give him a chance. Yesterday, it didn't work. It's simple as that. And I felt sorry for him running down the wing, and I'm thinking, that's not Zach Abbott's game. It's not Zach Abbott's game at all. So that's why when you mentioned Dylan, Dyche threw him to, like, I thought,
threw him under the bus. Under the bus. I'm sorry, he did. He had options. And he sticks a young 19-year-old lad in a position he doesn't play, and he got exposed. That wasn't his fault. I'm sorry. Now sticking at centre back, where his position is, and he gets exposed, that's a different conversation. Do you know what I mean? The way I look at it, sorry for going off on one, lads.
It's all right. Listen, with people, it's all good. We're all lads. We're all good. We didn't know each other.
No. It's not. But the way I look at it is every football. This is the fundamentals. Using that word that Dyche used. Every footballer can kick a ball, head a ball, and pass a ball. Yeah, every single footballer from the age of whenever. That's the 3 things they can all do the same. But footballers, a left back, centre back, a right back, centre mid, striker, all learn through their life their positions. Now you get the odd player who can play a centre back and play a left back. Do you know what I mean? Because they've been able to do that. Do you know what I mean? And being able to head, kick, and pass a ball, anyone can do it. But the positional plays and where to be and where to that. Do you know what I mean? It takes toll on to be in a different position. Do you get where I'm coming from?
I think, you know what it is, right? It's always in hindsight saying playing the new left back, starting him. And if you, like I said, Simon mentioned, he only come a day before than that. So again, he's come on, and he did all right. But does that
It
mean
wasn't the day before, though, really, was it? That's what Dyche has said. But he came on Tuesday, didn't he? So he's had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and all day Friday. He said a day being in the building a day and a half, but he hadn't straight away. That's nearly 4 days. So he's exaggerated that as well. To be fair, there was footage of him training on Wednesday.
You could say to Nets, right? You've not been here. This is how you could give him a quick 5-minute talk. This is how I want you to play. You're a left back. Surely you know what to do because that's what I want you to do. Bang, off we go.
He said
he hasn't got it up to his way of playing. Dyche, look, left back is left back. We don't play revolutionary football, do we? You know what I mean? There's nothing revolutionary about our fullbacks. What is supposed to be so scientific that this Nets can't play it? You know, it was just a bit of a cop out, I thought.
Terry, what team do you support, Terry? I know you put a message, not Forest, blah, blah, blah. What team do you support, Terry? Before we do, I'd love to know. People, please do hit the like button and 75 people in if you can. Subscribe. Make sure everyone follows Tricky Talks as well. First off, like I said, let's talk about the first goal. Oh, God. Who wants to talk about the first goal? Dylan's had his little rant. Go on, Simon.
What I'm going to say about the first goal probably applies to all three goals in that you've got to really think about what on earth was Morato doing. You said we'd talk about it later, but I'm going to throw it out there now.
Yeah.
It was a great ball by the Leeds player to pick out the forward, but, you know, the centre-halves just let him run through and, you know, where was the tracking? And the same for the second goal, if you don't mind me saying, Ben.
Yeah.
The second goal, Morato was left wandering back in defence and lost his man who scored. And then the third goal for me was just the worst of the lot when you had Sengari and Morato just stood there looking at the Leeds player who crossed it in for Calvert-Lewin to score. So you've got to throw question marks out there about Morato for all three goals, if I'm honest with you. And that was the way I was looking at things as the goals unfolded. Harsh it may be, but that was my opinion.
What about you, Lee, about the goals?
I don't think Simon's being harsh at all. I think he's being very polite, to be honest. He is absolutely diabolical. He is barely championship standard. He's proven that. He's proven that against Swansea.
I'm lost. Who?
Morato. He's proven it against Swansea. He's proven it against Wrexham. He's proven it against substandard teams in the Europa League. He is simply not good enough. And to put that opinion aside, he's terrified of heading a ball. He's a centre back who's terrified of heading a ball. We saw it last week against Crystal Palace. He got himself into a bit of a twist because he ducked out of heading a basic ball. Last night, he's effectively missed an open goal because he didn't want to head the ball in from 2 yards out. He is awful. He should not have played this amount of games. I mean, Jard Cunha should have been, but that's a whole different mess, isn't it? Because he wasn't registered.
We're on about Morato.
Yeah.
Right. Where's Willy Bollett?
I think he's injured. He must be out for the season.
He's not in the squad anymore. They've
Not
left
in
him
the
out
squad
of the
anymore.
squad.
No.
He's not in the squad anymore.
But he wasn't in that pic. There was a big group picture last week as well, training, and he wasn't in that either. So I'm assuming he must be injured because Wood and Sells weren't in that either. So he's obviously got injured somehow. And
before we do it, I want to do my shout out to Harry. Thank you.
Why was he in the squad in the first place? Total waste of a space.
Just want to see, Harry, thank you for the £2, Harry. Do you think West Ham will take you down? That's a different whole show, Harry. But thank you for the £2. Right. For Morato, right, I've since Dyche has come in, I feel he's been all right, if I'm honest. That's what I feel. I think he's not been bad.
Have we won a game since he's played?
He's not been bad. He wasn't good against Wrexham or Prague, but I don't think he's bad as everyone assumes he is, if I'm honest. but I don't know. Did he play against who did he play? The Hungarian team. He played against the Hungarian team, didn't he?
Who are we talking about now? Morato still.
Morato, yeah.
He
Yeah,
can't head though, Ben.
He can't head. He can't head. I don't know. Is he the new skater now? Everyone touch Morato. What Murillo has been right. If you want to keep it real, Murillo has been great. No one talks him.
I think Casper Wassi has put something in the comments about remember when Morato was good in December 2024 when he was being brought on with 20 minutes to go every week, and that was the time. Yeah, he was right. He was good as an impact sub back then. I just don't think he's cut out for 90 minutes.
I think Morato is better than a 3. I think he's better than a 3, if I'm honest. But I don't think he's bad as everyone think he is. If I know that people in the chat might agree or disagree with me on that. Like said, Joe was made less mistakes than Morato and you hand out the academy captain out. Like, do people prefer Joe back in the team?
I'd have him in over Morato any day.
No, you wouldn't, Lee. No, you wouldn't.
I love Worrell. I love Worrell, mate.
I love Joe Worrell, but come on, Dylan and Simon, would you have Joe Worrell over Morato?
He played well for Burnley earlier this season. I remember getting him out of the match.
He can't get in the team.
No, but quite recently he got back in the team and he was getting good. I don't know if he had a man of the match or when he had a 0-0 recently over the Christmas New Year period. And he got. I remember reading some really good reviews from Burnley fans. Don't know if it was when he drew with Everton 0-0 or something.
I think to answer your question, Ben, Joe Worrell at his best, yes, I would have him instead of Morato. However, I'm not sure now he's as good as Morato. However, the big difference between them would be his effort and his determination because he's Forest through and through. That's where we would see the difference between him and Morato. I'm not so sure whether I would have him over Morato on a permanent basis now because I'm not sure he's as good as he was when he was playing for Forest in his heyday. I'm not sure he's as good now.
All right, people. Like I said, there's 92 people in. Thank you for everyone. Dylan, don't start with the reviews. Dylan said every time Dylan comes on here, you always brags. So people who know Dylan, thank you for everyone that for coming on as well. Make sure everyone follows. Hit the like button if you can. Hit the like, subscribe. Charles, if you're still on, can you put the Tricky Talks podcast on link in so I can put it? I won't have time to put it. So if you can, make sure everyone follows Tricky Talks. When's your next podcast, Simon?
Monday. We're doing one Monday, yeah. So
if everyone can, make sure to follow Tricky Talks as well. Again, I'm going to criticise a player. Anderson. The third goal. I went absolutely mad at him. I thought his set piece was crap. He's not been good for it. I think he's only playing good when it's a top 6 team, so the big teams can watch him. Anyone else got opinion on Anderson? What's everyone's thoughts? Lee, what's up with you, Lee?
Well, his corners are diabolical, aren't they?
Yeah.
His set pieces. I mean, for somebody that we rate at 80 million, you know, if you ask most Forest players how much we're going to get for Anderson, so talk about 80 million, 100 million, but he can't score a goal in open play, and he can't take a decent set piece. So I think we might be living in cloud cuckoo land if we think he's worth 80 million. But he's in England international, isn't he? So that's where the money comes in. But no, he's all around game. I mean, I'm only half in jest. Of course, he's a quality player. We can't knock him for that. And he's still a young player as well. But I mean, his set pieces really do frustrate me.
Simon, what do you think about Anderson? Like I said, I don't think he was great.
Wasn't great yesterday, but neither was anybody. So I think you can probably give him a pass for the season as a whole. I think he's been, certainly the early part of the season, he's been one of the better players. His performances for England speak for themselves as well. So I think generally speaking, you can forgive Anderson for one poor performance. I think Lee was spot on though. His corners do need a lot of work, I think. I'm not sure why he was taking them, but he's been taking them for a while though, for a few weeks. So I remember at Brentford he was taking them as well. So maybe that's what they think is the best option for corners at the minute.
Do you think we spend any time on set pieces? It doesn't look like it, does it? How you can be so... I mean, you've got just an imaginary square around that around that penalty spot. Why can't we just put a ball there? You put a ball in that area.
Exactly.
Either one of our players is going to attack it and we've got a chance of scoring, or one of their players is going to clear it, but we've got a chance to get the ball back because they're not going to be able to pass it out from that position.
Well,
So it's
problem is
always overhit or first man all the time.
Yeah. Have you found as well when they take the corners, if they get it right, it always goes within 2 yards of the goalkeeper. Surely, if you hit the ball on near the penalty spot, you kind of take the percentage of the goalkeeper getting it out from 80% where you're hitting it to the penalty spot to 20%, because he's not going to run out that far to grab it.
No.
So you've got more chance of him staying where he is, but you hit it like just 2-3 yards from his line. He's got the advantage because he's got an extra 2 foot above everyone.
Think how good Milenkovic was. He scored so many goals from set pieces last year. He hasn't even had a chance this year. Hasn't been a chance where I've thought, he should have done better there, or he could have. He never even it never goes anywhere near him.
I think as well, if you go back to a point, I can't remember which one of you made it. It might have been you, Dylan, around Morato being scared. No, it was you actually, Lee. I think you made a point about Morato being scared to head the ball in. If you take him out of the equation, the only other option they've really got from corners is Milenkovic. They haven't really got anybody else who's...
Gibbs White, he scored one. Was it this season or last? He scored a really good near post header. It might have even been last season. Can't remember the game.
He's got a couple this season from headers, but they haven't been from corners.
No.
So you're limited in the number of weapons you have at corners to attack with, and if the opposition have sussed that out, that Milenkovic is the main threat, then they're going to deal with it, aren't they?
But you think that we've got Milenkovic, Sangare's big. Obviously, Luka's come into the frame now. Gibbs White's good head. I mean, Gibbs White did a brilliant header yesterday, didn't he, to create the Dominguez chance? Yeah. How we managed to hang and nod that back. That was. I think he's quite an underrated header. So we have got players who can head the ball, but it's just the delivery is so consistently disappointing. It's like we need to just spend a day sometimes doing. I mean, when you talk about we're having a recovery day, we're having a rest day. Well, how tough can it be to just maybe on one of those recovery days just practice some set pieces? It's not too taxing, is it, or physical, surely?
I think Justin in the comments has made a good point on that, Lee, as well. Now, if you can throw Luka into the mix.
Yeah, he was good. He was good when he come on.
He's great in the air for that goal. It gives them that other dimension, doesn't it, Lee, around those threats from set pieces. And if they can practice...
He looked powerful when he came on.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
I'll tell you what he reminded me of, because I know he's been comparing him to Peter Crouch. He actually reminded me a bit more of, I don't know if you remember, Jan Koller, who played for Czech Republic.
Dortmund.
Yeah, and Dortmund. And he really reminded me of him, the way he was putting himself about. And it was a really good header, that. I think he gave us a physical presence that... And I know I've been frustrated by Jesus, but obviously we have appreciated what he's done. But Luka just gave us that physical presence, didn't he? That I feel like we've really missed this season, even in just that half hour.
100%. People, please hit like button, subscribe if you know. Right, so the main subject I'm going to talk about is Dyche. I know people want him in. I want him out. Me and Lee, we've had a little debates about Dyche. I've done a poll, people, about it. I'm going to get the people's views. Please get your opinion, and please as well comments. Just I saw a few comments as well. Just keep them respectfully on the comments, please. I'm not going to say it about certain things online, so just be careful, please. What you're doing. I don't want to block you. I respect everyone that's taken the time to watch the podcast. Just be careful on what you say, and okay, if that's okay. Right, Dyche. Let's talk about it. Lee, still want Dyche out?
I've never wanted Dyche out now.
Yes, you did. Right.
No, I didn't want him appointed, and I want him out at the end of the season. The only reason I don't want him out now is because I don't think we'd get anyone else in.
You know what? Okay, I respect what you said, 100%. This is my argument. I've been on a rampage on social media about it. If we get rid of Dyche, it's going to cost money. And then we've got to bring someone that's going to cost money. But the argument is, has Dyche done his job so far? Yes, we wasn't great yesterday, but Dyche has done his job. So, and when I hear, and this is what I get, what annoys me so much. They prefer Ange the wish they kept Ange.
No,
and Postecoglou in the team. I mean, as manager, are they? What's everyone's opinion? Like, Simon, talk to me, because I get angry about this. Get rid of him now.
Yeah, I agree with Lee to a certain extent. If you get to the end of the season, you've got to have a review, and maybe Dyche's time will be up at the end of the season, because that seems a logical time to review how things went and decide if you want to go in a different direction. You do it then. You make a clean split. Give the new manager a whole pre-season to work with the team. And I also agree it's probably too late to part with him now. The games are just running out. In addition to the points you raised, Ben, about it's going to cost money to pay him off, it's going to cost money to bring somebody in. They're just not going to have enough games to implement whatever style or whatever philosophy they want. We've only got 13 games left. It's you'd be better off sticking with Dyche now, I think, for the rest of the season at least.
This is my argument, Simon. Like I said, I respect people if they Dyche out, and that's all it is. But when they say get rid of him now, and say personal comments calling him a prick, right? He's come to Forest and he's done his job. That's my feel. Dylan, what's your opinion on Dyche as well?
I thought he'd do really well, but he's some of his crazy decisions he makes and crazy team sheets. That's what does me. Listening to his interview yesterday, and it's like same old stuff. The fundamental. We've got to do this. We've got to do that, and it's like it's getting to a situation now where it's just the same old stuff all the time. Oh, yeah, so we did the basics right. Oh no, we didn't do the basics right. I'm not being funny, but you're the man that's in charge of these players, right? Something's going off. You could see. I don't know if you saw it with you being at the game yesterday, or if whoever watched it. But did you see Gibbs White come off? Right, and he walks over to Gibbs White and he starts like, oh, you know how he does with his mouth. Oh,
everyone does it. Everyone does it.
No, but do you know what I mean? It's like literally, I don't know. To me, I would give him Wednesday. Let's see what happens Wednesday. We lose Wednesday, he's gone.
Why though?
You say that though, mate, but gone for who though? There's nobody.
That's my problem. Right, let me put chat. If Dyche goes, who are we bringing in?
Everybody's very good at saying Dyche out. But give the same two, and then all of a sudden it's silence.
Let me ask a question. Dylan. Let me ask you, Dylan. So before that, and this me and Dylan, we respect each other. We always argue with each other. Let me say something right. Before the Leeds game, well, I thought any part of the manager of the month as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
right. He's manager of the month. So has he done something wrong before the Leeds game?
Well, he's inconsistent.
No. I have a question. Has he done something wrong?
No, but he hasn't done. But he hasn't done much right, has he? Though you can say he's not done nothing. He's kept. We are lucky. We are lucky. I'm not being funny, but we are lucky that West Ham have shit the bed. Sorry for swearing, but have shit the bed for the last few weeks. Chelsea, they should have beat. Do you know what I mean? They should have won the game before. I forgot who it was against. They should have won them 2 games. We'd be talking a whole different story now. We went from 5 points clear to possible 9 points clear, back down to 5 points, now to 3 points. Do you know what I mean? He's got. I'm not saying get rid. Do you know what I mean? I've had enough of it, but I want to see him do well. But he's got to do something. He's got to rally these players. I think he's lost them. He's lost it because how can you get?
Because of one game, Dylan. Because of one game.
It's not just one game, though, is it? Really? If you look at
no. Okay, Everton away. No, well, Everton both games. It wasn't great, and I think there's other games that is not great. But if you're looking at what about the teams that we beat? Is that just that? Do we not talk about that conversation about that?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But we're in a result.
You just said because of the teams that he's lost to. This is the argument I'm trying to say. Like, because everyone assumes, oh, I said it. Oh, if we win, no one talks about Dyche. If we lose, Dyche out. Get him out of the club.
I'm not saying that he's not the problem. He's not the main problem. He's the guy that sends these players out. Do you know what I mean? We could sit here all day long, all of us debating where it's all gone wrong. Recruitment, upper management, what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? Why are they bringing this player in? But let me ask you one thing: do you think this club are backing Dyche or see beyond this season? Because January will tell you totally different. Because you telling me Dyche hasn't gone in and gone, well, I need this player, I need this player, I need this player. I reckon I'll get that. Do you know what I mean? I was on about it earlier, that Everton player.
McNeil.
We've been linked with him. Supposedly he wanted him for 20 million quid. Everyone's saying it's a good steal. So why did Forest? Forest were willing to spend 35 million on Crystal Palace striker. So you're telling me if they're going to back a manager, they give him some money, they give him a couple of players that he wants. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Look at Scott's comment. Dyche ball not pretty, but he's up for manager of the month. Something's wrong with players. So this is my argument. It's not great football, but it's getting results. This is what I don't understand with Andrew's better because he played attacking football. Andrew came to Forest and didn't win a game.
No, that's right.
That's why.
Well, I never wanted Ange anyway, Ben. You know who I wanted. I said it as soon as Nuno was.
You wanted Billy Davis back. You wanted Billy Davis.
No, I wanted Benitez.
You wanted Billy Davis back.
I wanted Benitez because I thought we needed an experienced European manager to navigate the Premier League and Europe. And he would have been a steady pair of hands for the rest of the season. See, that's where I think Dyche comes up short. I don't think he can manage the 3 games a week, the squad. Like, look at James McAtee. He's had the best game in a Forest shirt against Ferencváros, and then he hasn't figured since. He could easily have come on yesterday. We took Gibbs White off and replaced him with Yates.
Even Taiwo as well.
Yeah. But McAtee could have come on. The McAtee could have come on for Gibbs. I had no problem with taking some of the players off and maybe resting them for Wolves, but you could have brought McAtee on for Gibbs White. Sangare had just been booked and was losing his head, so you bring Yates on for him. You know what I mean? It was just like, it seemed like a bit of a waving of the white flag after 66 minutes yesterday when he made some of those subs. And you saw in the last 15 minutes, we kind of had them on the ropes a little bit. I was thinking if we could just get one more goal, it'll be twitchy bum time for them in 10 minutes of injury time. But I just think we maybe went a little bit negative with his subs yesterday, a bit too early.
The conversation we're having is Dyche out, right? Yeah, I don't want to see Dyche go because I like Dyche. I expected bigger things from him, but we're having this conversation of Dyche out. Why are we not having the conversation of the players?
But this is what I'm trying to say.
But what I'm saying is, like, you know, when I'm on about Gibbs White coming off and Dyche is talking to him, and Gibbs White, you can see Gibbs White shaking his head and that. Do you know what I mean? If I was Dyche, I'd be like, look, mate, you've just had 70 minutes to put the game right, but you haven't done it. So jog on. Do you know what I mean? Things like that. It is easy for us all to discuss Dyche and say, should he be out? Should he be this? Should he be that? He doesn't help himself by the selections he makes at times and what he says. But like you say, once they cross that white line, it's down to the rest of them.
I get that. People, there's 107 people in. If you can do a massive favor, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Make sure everyone watches the Leeds vlog as well. The views are going up, so I really do appreciate people watching that. Make sure everyone again subscribe to Tricky Talks podcast. They're on Spotify as well, so if you can, make sure you follow them as well. There's a guy that I think we've not spoke about, and this is the owner, Mr. Marinakis. It's okay saying because what happened to Nuno, he brought in Nuno, he brought in Ange, he had let's keep it real. He had the last say about Dyche coming in. How comes no one's having a go at Marinakis for this? Simon, talk to me. People in the chat as well. Is Marinakis not? Is nothing to blame on Marinakis? I just want people opinion on it.
I don't think it's a case of blaming Marinakis. I think it's a case of looking down the management chain at the person responsible for things like the recruitment. Marinakis doesn't look after the recruitment. Edu does. So the buck needs to. Initially, you've got to look at Edu. He's the one that all the fans are complaining about in terms of the quality of his recruitment. However, Marinakis was the one that appointed Edu, so he does bear a certain amount of responsibility for what appears to be a bad appointment, but he's not in charge of the recruitment. That's Edu's job, and he's got it. Arguably, he's got it wrong.
What about you, Lee? Like I said, no one's mentioned. It's always
Well, it's very difficult to criticise him, isn't it? After everything that he's done and continues to do.
Let me put Marinakis has done the best thing for Nottingham Forest. He's done the best thing for what he's done for the club.
But he has made mistakes in the last 6 months.
He makes mistakes. They make mistakes, but sometimes he's got to make mistakes on what he did this season.
Do you think we've been over ambitious trying to run before we can walk?
Yes,
100%.
In the summer, even in the summer, I can understand we were maybe leaving, thinking, we'll wait until we know what European competition we were in. But there was some players there, like a left back for starters, where we should have just said, you know what, let's just get a few nuts and bolts players in. They don't all have to be superstars. Let's just get a few steady players in some positions that are needed. We can always go for these exotic signings when at the end of the window when we know. But we left everything to the very end, didn't we? And we never sorted out the left back position, and that was a major hamstring to us in the first half of the season. So there has been a lot of mistakes. I mean, he has to take responsibility for appointing Ange. I don't agree with the appointment of Dyche at the time. So there's been mistakes there. There's been mistakes from top to bottom. Edu did not need to come in at the stage that he did because everything was going well. He could because originally, if you remember when Edu came in, it was head of global football, wasn't it? It was all the other clubs, and then all of a sudden it was Forest. He could have gone to work on the other clubs at first and come into Forest gradually because everything was going well with us. We didn't need to make wholesale changes. And I think it all started where Nuno should have just had a little bit more respect, a little bit more control. And then if it had all gone pear-shaped, well, that's on Nuno then, isn't it? You say, look, you wanted these players, you wanted this to do this or do that. On your head be it didn't work. We've tried your way and it didn't work. But I think to completely ignore him, that was the first mistake, and one mistake has led to another and another and another, and we've got this mess now.
What about you, Simon? Like I said, have I spoken about Marinakis? Like I said,
yeah.
What you Dylan? Go on, Dylan. Say something. People in the chat as well. Get involved. About Marinakis.
I love him. I love him.
No, I love Marinakis. I love him.
Don't get right. This is where the way I look at it is. Yeah, he made mistakes, and he made mistakes with Ange, and he was quick. He was quick when everyone says, "Oh, you can't sack him." He did it. He was like, "Shit, I made a mistake. I've done it." Right? You've got to hold your. He held his hands up. He didn't publicly do it because he won't do that. But he basically said, "I've done it. I'm replacing him." Right? He owns the football club. He's the top of the pyramid. He pays the money. He does everything, right? But coming down the pyramid, he employs all these other people to do the job, right? Do you know what I mean? So you own, like, use the terminology. You own a building firm. Do you know what I mean? But you get builders to do all your other work, right? Yeah. So he's got a CEO. He's got a director of football. He's got a finance person. He's got this. He's got that, right? He trusts them. And he's paying them a lot of money to do their jobs. Do you know what I mean? So therefore, with them recruiting on players, he's gone to Edu because Edu supposedly had a reputation at Arsenal. If you talk to Arsenal fans, you'll hear, do you know what I mean? And realistic, like one said to me, is Edu was good at Arsenal because he could go out and buy a 21-year-old for 30 million and say, he's the future. And he could disappear for 3 years. And because Arsenal, being a structure of a club, they didn't need him, and he could filter in. With Forest, now need to buy players to hit the ground running. Do you get what I mean? So, and I think in a way, is he being a bit naive where he's gone to Edu and says, right, you're doing this? Ross Wilson. We got Ross Wilson from Rangers. All the Rangers fans said
Hated him.
absolutely hated him. He did amazing stuff for us. Do you know what I mean? The players he brought in, and he did really well. He goes to Newcastle, but we haven't replaced him. But we have with someone we don't know. Do you know what I mean? So in that kind of respect, maybe he needs to take a bit more of hands up and say, oh, well, I've lost Ross Wilson. He was really good. So I need to go for the next best thing. Do you know what I mean? And who can I get? And the problem is, I don't think all these people, the global football, the finance, I don't think they work well together. And do you know what I mean? You get one poison apple in it. That's it. It's done.
Too many cooks spoil the broth, is the saying, is it?
Yeah.
But this is what I mean. It's like you've got a manager like Nuno. He gave us what he gave us last year. Yeah, amazing. It petered off. Surely they're not sitting in a room together and going, all right, what do you need again? Oh, I want Traore. Oh, no chance. And that's what spilt it all over. He wanted one player out of everyone they bought. Just give me Traore.
I think he wanted Manuel Fernandes, didn't he, from Southampton?
Yeah, Fernandes.
And Kyle Walker-Peters, apparently, as well.
He wanted that bomber left back as well.
Who?
The left back, the French left back.
Truffet.
Yeah,
was it?
Truffet. He wanted him as well.
Yeah.
But why?
Do you think it'll come out eventually? I'd love to know exactly one day. Nuno wanted this. Nuno wanted to go this way. Nuno didn't want too many signings, or did he want to change the style of play, or did he want to carry on playing the way that we played last season?
We missed Langer. That's the problem. We missed Paisley.
Well, I think that's why he wanted Traore, wasn't it? Because Traore's got that blistering pace that we could have carried on that playing that same sort of way.
He was never he's not a 90-minute man, though, is it?
No.
He's a 70-minute man.
I would love
him on when everyone's knackered.
I would love the truth I keep waiting for this Daniel Taylor athletic story, the full breakdown.
I think everyone is
eventually.
We'll get it eventually. Everyone waits for Daniel Taylor. He's the one that always brings up the gossip and what's happened behind the club. Let's talk about yesterday's game. Like I said, was there any? And people in the chat, please get involved. Was there any positives from yesterday? Let me talk to you, Sam. Tammy, you first. Any positives? As well, people. Any positives?
I think Luka coming on and scoring on his debut was a positive. That's the only thing that I could think of because, you suffer a heavy defeat to your relegation rivals. There aren't going to be many positives to talk about. But he was one, and I think the fact that he put in a really good header looks to give us another weapon that we maybe have been missing this season.
Nets was a positive as well, I think.
Yeah.
He looked really tidy when he was on the ball, really neat and tidy.
I think with Luka is, though, how often is he going to play? How many minutes is he going to get? That's the question.
That's the question.
I think he'll go straight. I think he'll start on Wednesday.
Do you think, Lee?
I wouldn't be surprised if he's the main man going forward now, yeah.
With Jesus, I think he's been playing well, Jesus.
Maybe Jesus might play the European games, though, because he seems more suited in that competition. Plus, he's played so much football as well, hasn't he, recently? So it might be a case of Luka gets a run now. It's his shirt. It's his shirt to lose. Plus, Chris Wood. I still think Chris Wood will come back this season because I don't think they would have registered him in the Premier League and Europa League if he was going to be done for the season.
Yeah, that is true. Like I said, I was a bit surprised with who's not been put in. Odegaard, even the left back's not been not put in. Even
that was strange.
That was strange as well.
I mean, apparently knee surgery is a 3-month recovery, isn't it? And he had it over Christmas, so that would mean that by the end of next month he would be back. Now there's still 2 months left of the season there. If we can stay in Europe and be in good position in the league to stay up, or maybe even fantasy thinking push on to a mid-table, he could come back just at the right time for a strong finish to the season. He could be like a new signing, and he wouldn't have to start every game. Just imagine just having Chris Wood to be able to come on for 20 minutes, half an hour of every game.
Quick question. I forgot to. Odegaard started made his debut yesterday. and said it wasn't a great debut. People in the chat as well, like I said, I forgot to mention the poll of Dyche getting sacked. 46% says yes, 38% says no, and 16% says maybe. People in the chat, was it yes or no, or maybe? Put Y, N, or M. What was it? Was it you that said get rid of Dyche? Me personally, wait till the end of the season. That's my personal opinion, but if you disagree, that's fine. That's fine.
What would it take, Ben? Are you like wait to the end of the season now, regardless, or we say we lose on Wednesday? Where are you at then? Are you firmly Dyche in now all the way?
Firmly Dyche in till the end of the season. That's how I feel, because, like I said, if we get rid of him, like I said, if we lose to Wolves and there's all panic stations, who are we bringing in? We all know Miss Malnakis. He always works behind the scenes and try and sort something out. But I just don't get it. Who was it? Was it Leeds? Leeds had 3 managers in one season. And what happened to them? And they got
big Sam shootout for the last 3 games, wasn't it?
Exactly.
That didn't work.
Again, that's me. And that's how I feel when I said it. I'm not going to go on the Dyche brigade on all that. So no, I don't get rid of him. I don't get rid of him. Question. Right, and again, people in the chat as well, get involved. Before we do that, this is Blade. What are you doing now? Blade Ray, this is a Sheffield United fan. Shout out to him, lads. Hope you're good. From Matt's have you, it's got to be Dyche in. Let's build a team around Butel he wants in summer. Are you just saying this because so Forest get relegated and you lot go up? No. I hate Sheffield United. But shout out to Blaze Rams. Make sure everyone follows him. He's a fantastic guy as well. Even though I do hate Sheffield United as much as I hate Derby. But yeah, shout out to Blaze Wade. Are we going down, lads? I'm Nottingham Forest going down. That's what I want to know. Because West Ham won. But now because they won, everyone's in panic stations. So the question is, people, are Forest going down? Yes or no? Si. We'll start with you.
No,
Forest going down.
I'll say no at this stage. Okay. I still think they're capable of getting out of it. You think of the games coming up next week. Forest at home to Wolves, which is a massive game. They are capable of beating Wolves. We know that. West Ham have got a high-flying Man United who are going to win. If they win that, they've won 5 in a row. So Man United are in really good form. And if those results go as we hope, then the gap will be back to 6 points again. And that brings the Liverpool game into focus then, doesn't it? Because that's massive.
We'll beat Liverpool. Don't worry about Liverpool.
I think we'll beat Liverpool.
We'll beat Liverpool. I'm not even stressed about Liverpool. We'll beat them. I'm not worried about them. We always beat them. It's an easy game for us. So I'm not worried about Liverpool. Lee, are we going down? Yes or no?
No, I think we'll stay up.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be pretty, and there'll be lots of moaning going on between now and then, but I think we'll stay up.
Dylan, are we going down? Yes or no?
I'm just going to say yes, just to be awkward. No, right. I just don't. Yeah, I don't seem to have the confidence in it. I just think, but I don't. I'm on the fence.
Can I just say something though? I mean, God forbid, say we did, worst thing did happen. If you look at our team, who do you think would stay and go? Because I can't see there being many players that would play in the Championship. There's still a lot of those players that other clubs would fancy cherry picking.
We'll have Ryan Yates. Ryan Yates will stay in
the team would be ripped apart.
Oh, well, they're all under contract though, Lee, aren't they? I don't know who's
we'd get a lot of money, yeah. But we'd get a hell of a lot of money. But I mean, Milenkovic, Murillo, Williams, Aina, there's your back 4 gone for starters. Anderson, Gibbs-White, Dominguez, Hudson-Odoi, they'd virtually all be gone, wouldn't they?
Well, I don't think you can sell the whole squad, the whole first 11.
No,
it just wouldn't be feasible. It wouldn't be feasible. But certainly Anderson will probably go anyway. You'd imagine Gibbs-White and Murillo are logically the other two, I think.
I think Hutchinson would probably stay because he's been down there, hasn't he, not too long ago.
They won't get the money back for him, so they won't let him go. Do you know what I mean?
Abbott would be the main starter.
Abbott would be the main starter at centre-back.
And
he'll be there.
alongside Morato. Morato can really fulfil his Figueiredo emergence in the Championship.
And then we'll bring a few Olympiacos players like we did last time. So,
Yeah. Omar Richards can come back and finally make his debut at left back. Is he still on the books, or did we get rid of him permanently?
No, this is his last year's contract.
Is it? And also, what about Eric De Silva? Because he's back. Can he play in Europe because he's under the age of 21?
Yeah. They all can. He was part of the team.
So maybe that's why we didn't register Nets then.
Yeah, because he can still play in the Premier League. When the list came out, was it Thursday?
Because he's underage, isn't he? Yeah, he's under 21. Yeah.
Yeah, so he can get in the team. He can get in the team. Is there anything else we need to talk about, lads, before we do leave? Anything that you want to talk about? People in the chat, is there anything that you want to speak about? Simon, anything that you want to...
I just think it's important not to overreact, Ben, because, it was a disappointing defeat to our relegation rivals, but there are 13 games left, so it's not like we're down now. We can still do it. You got to just back the team, that's all I say. Don't moan. Moan, but when it's game time and you're at the games, you're at the City Ground or you're following the way, just back the team as best you can because they need our support.
100%. Lee, anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, do you fancy mentioning the Fenerbahce tickets?
Whoa! Don't get me started. 55.
I mean, is everybody? That was very pricey. 60 quid for where we're sitting. 60 quid for me and 18 quid for Charlie.
Yeah, I'm going to Istanbul as well. Don't forget. So that's going to be.
You're going to come back with some fantastic teeth and a lovely thick head of hair. Huh?
Thick head of hair.
I should be going, really, shouldn't I? I could do with both.
Imagine people, if you can, do like an AI picture on Lee. That'd be funny. Imagine, Lee. Imagine. Dylan, anything else that you want to speak about?
No, I just want to say what Simon said earlier about obviously back the team. Obviously, we will back the team. I just think a lot of yesterday was the whole factor from the minute 1 to the 90 minutes. It was just I think it was just because of the performance. There wasn't. We made Leeds look like Real Madrid at times. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what everyone's frustration is because we know we can do it. And we've got the players to do it. It's just consistent.
The first time we've lost a game with Sangarian for a long time, isn't it? Probably since Everton at the start of December. Yeah, we've looked really strong with him in the team.
I think so.
Yeah, it is. It is because if you remember, his last game was Tottenham. Then we lost all the games he was away over, apart from West Ham over Christmas, New Year. And then since he's come back, we'd had that unbeaten run. He didn't play against Braga either. So that was really. Hopefully it was maybe just a bad day at the office. The 3 players out the back 5 going. It's going to disrupt anyone. Maybe we can just put it down as a little blip.
Yeah, I think we're going to win Wolves, and then everyone's going to be like, "Woohoo!"
Exactly. Then it's all of a sudden it's only one defeat in 6, and everything looks a little bit better, doesn't it?
I think people just overreact because we lost the game, and like I said, I respect people's opinion on YouTube, but when you got some content creators just want to, they already know what they're saying about Dyche, like get him out of the club, blah blah blah, and I think it's have a football opinion, just don't go personal on him. That's what it is. Before we do, shout out to Joseph for the 99p super sticker. Thank you again, people. It's been a great show. Thank you for Simon for coming on the channel as well. Make sure, like I said, people. He's doing a podcast on Monday. Make sure you follow Tricky Talks as well. Thank you, Dylan, for as always. Now you can go back to your bus journeys as well. Shout out to all the people, all the bus drivers that's watching this as well, and all that.
It's been a hard day in the city centre today.
Fair enough. And shout out to Lee as well for coming on the channel.
Good therapy session.
It's been a great therapy session, but I think people just overreact on it. Like I said, people will be Dyche in, Dyche out. I get it, but
you know what? Just before we go, I I think that defensively, obviously, we've gone through it. Whoa, shocking. We still could easily have scored 6 goals last night.
Yeah.
Easily. Jesus has missed 2 absolute sitters. We've scored 1. Morato's missed an open goal. Darlow's made 2 top saves. You know, we've seen some proper dross this season where we haven't created anything. And I think people, it wasn't great, but I do think it was just a blip because of those problems in the back line.
Definitely.
I'm still positive going forward.
You've got to be positive. Lee, stop with it. Don't mess me again about Dyche out again. You hurt my feelings. Right, people, it's been a great show. Thank you for everyone as well. Thank you for everyone who's watched this as well. So if you disagree or agree with everything that Dylan has said, please put it in the chat as well, because I disagree with everything that Dylan has said. Like I said, thank you, Simon. Thank you, Lee Tilson, for coming on. I might do a show tomorrow as well on how I feel about Matt wake up in a better mood, and I don't know, might be better. But yeah, thank you everyone. Like I said, I'm reading rants and bants, so if you can, just put Dore raid if you can. Listen, we're back to winning ways. I'm feeling, but listen, if I see any Dyche out haters, I'm coming for you, Lee, as well. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, people. Peace and love. Up the Forest.